Hi everybody, my name is Deb, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Just for Deb's RV Transport Adventures. Greetings from McLean, Texas. No, that's not where I loaded, but that is where I spent the night. I have been avoiding doing this video because of the weather. Apparently, I am a fair weather YouTuber. But to be fair, the weather's been pretty nasty. Wednesday, I left home base area. I don't even know where home base is anymore because I've been bouncing around so much. But anyway, Radcliffe, Elizabethtown, Kentucky, that area. At noon, I picked up Squirt's medication and headed on up to Goshen, Indiana to load this load. And I'll tell you what, excuse me, the norther I went, the colder it got. And it was dark and it was raining when I got up there to the yard to load. So I loaded in the rain and the cold. And I'm like, I am not doing a video in this cold and in this rain. So I thought, I'll do it the next day. And then the next day turned into the next day. So I wished I would have done a video because there was something really cool I wanted to show you guys. It was in Illinois somewhere, and I was stopping for the night. Excuse me, I haven't had my coffee yet. And the truck stops full because, I mean, you know, if you pull over early, you're more likely to get a good parking spot. And there was nothing happening. But as I was taking the ramp, I saw a W store, and the parking lot was huge, and it looked like a truck stop, and there was trucks just parked it over there. And I'm like, okay, parked it? Did I just say that? Oh my goodness, there were trucks parked over there. When I couldn't find anything at the truck stop, I went over to the W store and I parked in their parking lot, and I'm like, that's really cool. So I thought I would show them my appreciation by purchasing a few things that morning. I got myself some boots, some kind of like more like wintry boots, not like work boots, but wintry boots. Way overdue on that one. So that was cool. There isn't really much else going on. I've just been trudging through Missouri, Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma. And now I'm in Texas, McLean, Texas, like I mentioned earlier. And so that catches everybody up. The wind is kind of not blowing much, so I might just show you the inside of the unit. So, and because I on purpose didn't lock it, because I thought I still would like to make the video and show the inside of the unit. So we could do that. Come on, let's go see the unit. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, I loaded in Goshen, Indiana. This unit is going to Terrace, California, which is the Los Angeles area. Alrighty. The usual stuff. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but you get the idea of it all hooked up. Boys at the factory, girls at the factory. The folks at the factory did a really good job. The lugs were all nice and tight. Air pressure was kind of all over the place, but it was not below where it was supposed to be. I did remove the end caps and the spare tire cover. Got my plate on. All right. We shall head up on in there and take a look. I don't know if I agree with that front window there. Looks like something could get broken by a rock, but I absolutely love that bathroom. Wasn't that cool? All right, that's your tour. On a side note, I did forget to mention that I had located a parts store in Effingham, Illinois, to purchase a fuel filter and oil, because Big Girl needed an oil change. And I boogied on down the road till it was about time to stop, and I found a service center, Speedco, where they could do my oil change. And I decided I better go ahead and do a PM service because it had been a while. Check the fluids, lube it, all that good stuff. And they were getting ready to close for the night, but they said they'd put me in first thing in the morning, which was yesterday. And the oil change took a lot longer than I thought it was. That's why I was driving so late last night, because I was just trying to make some time. And anyhow, it took a lot longer than I thought it would. And I didn't get the whole service done because the dinglings at the parts store did not give me the right fuel filter. And I'm like, because I already didn't replace the fuel filter on the last service, because, well, the parts store that I pulled into there in Arkansas, in that little Hickville town, they didn't have the fuel filter. So I got the fuel filter this time. They gave me the wrong one. I'm like, oh, seriously. So life goes on. Hopefully Big Girl will too. So, okay. That's it for the update. I'm going to log in here in a minute and head on down the road. it looks like it's going to be a good day. So thank you, everybody, for coming with me on this. I know it hasn't been much of a journey. It's just been me talking mostly, but thank you for listening. All right. Now that I got this video up and running, hopefully you can get more updates and actually see stuff besides me. Nobody wants to see me. So, all right. So I just crossed the state line and I was flagged into the port of entry, and the Land of Enchantment charged me, I'm looking at the receipt because numbers are my kryptonite, $29.20 to be here. So they better impress me. That's all I have to say. What do you think, Squirt? Oh, I guess it's worth mentioning, while I was in there, there was another transport driver, I think from Indiana. You know what? I forget what but the officer was asking the other officer, did he have to go back out to his truck for his wallet? Yep. And as a rule of thumb, if somebody's dragging you into something like that, bring your logbook, bring your wallet, bring your permit book, your insurance, all your paperwork on your unit, all of it. Because you don't know what they're going to ask for, what they're going to want to see. And so I just came prepared. And so I wasn't surprised to have to whip out my credit card. She's awesome. She's loopy. She's on her medication right now. She's loopy. At least that's what the vet calls it. Alrighty. I am on top of the hill looking down into Albuquerque. I needed to take on some fuel. The prices are ridiculous no matter where I go. And I thought, well, I'll just kind of top off my truck a little. So I take the exit. There's trucks everywhere. And I see a taco truck. You know me, I like tacos. So I pulled into the truck stop, pottied the girls. We pottied the girls. And I pull around to the fuel island. The fuel in the fuel island keypad doohickey thingy wouldn't work. And I'm like, I ain't got time for this. So I pulled out a line and went inside, and I was going to order Carl's Jr. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't waiting in that line. And I went, the taco truck. So they had tongue on the menu, but they didn't have any available. So I got chicken tacos. It's okay. It's okay. Check it out. Check out where I'm at. There's my tacos. There's the taco truck. And of course they had a bottle opener, and I used it to open this, which I purchased at a taco truck way back when I was back in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. But over here is the truck stop, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy with people and travelers and rude truck drivers who get out, they pull their truck forward in the fuel island, and then they get out and they just leave it there, and they trap people in behind them. And so here I am. Oh, tacos. Check it out. Their idea of to go is to put aluminum foil over the top of it, which is fine by me. But to my friends who know me well, y'all know I love street tacos. I love them. All right. We are going to eat, and we're going to head on down the road, and I'm going to see if there's somewhere else pricey I can buy fuel from. I've got my auxiliary tank is empty, and I've got a half a tank in my truck, so I'm going to have to stop somewhere and take on fuel. The further west I go, it ain't looking good. I'm going to have to bite the bullet and fill everything up before I cross over into California, because I'm pretty sure I do not want to fuel in California, but that's still like a ways off. What? Oh, okay. All right. Tacos. All right, quick update. I never really left the Albuquerque area. I went ahead and bit the bullet, and went ahead and circled back around and fueled because Google Maps says just on up the road a bit, the direction I need to go, there is an accident. And at the time, there was a 2.5 hour delay. It's down to 2 hours and 18 minutes. I'm debating, do I sit here? Do I go on? If I press on, I'm going to be like, I don't know, I might be sitting on the interstate, idling and wasting fuel. Or I could just stay parked here. I don't know. I'm debating what to do. Something tells me just don't go. Just stay here. What time is it? 7? I don't know. Maybe I'll go to bed early and get up early. How about that? Whew. I think I'll do that. Looky there. Thanks, guys. You helped me out. I'm going to circle back around. I kind of already exited, but I'm pretty sure I can circle back around and find a place to park. This place is crazy with trucks. Let me tell you something. On a personal note, I'm glad I'm not a truck driver, because I've been watching the conduct of truck drivers in general, and they're rude, and they're mean, and they're just, they pull into the fuel island, they park their truck, and then they go in, and they just leave their truck sitting in the fuel line in the way. And this area in particular, I saw several trucks. They're in the way, and people are having to try to drive around them and get around them and weave in and out, and it's crazy. And I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not a truck driver. I'd probably lose my religion if I was. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed early, get up early. Sounds like a plan. The girls don't mind either. Alrighty. Night, everybody. Morning, everybody. I'm getting ready to take off. It's early. It's still dark here in Albuquerque. That's alright. I went over to the truck stop that I was parked close to so that I could get some fixings and some breakfast and bathroom and coffee and all of that stuff. And they've got a Carl's Jr. that's part of the truck stop, so I went over there to get myself a breakfast burrito. And the bill came to almost $5. I gave him $5, and he puts the money in the cash register and just walks off. And I look at that other guy and I went, he didn't give me my change. So it's only 47 cents. The reason I'm telling you this is I went to pay for my coffee because I got a coffee refill. And I said to the lady, I said, I'm going to ask you something that's going to be kind of weird. She goes, I don't know. I don't think you could really weird me because I get a lot of weird stuff. I said, okay, here's what's going on. I said, I just spent all of my cash at getting my breakfast burrito. I said, would you be willing to take 47 cents for my cup of coffee, or I can swipe it on the card? And she says, don't worry about it, you're fine. So she gave me the coffee. And then as I was walking out, she says, thank you. She says, at least you're honest about it. And I bring it up again because it part of my Bible training is to try to conduct yourself as a Christian. Boy, that's hard sometimes. People get at you. That's what I was mentioning last night about, man, I could lose my religion if I was a truck driver because these people drive me crazy. But anyway. And there's a scripture in the Bible at Luke 16:10 that says that a person faithful in what is least is faithful also in much, which may not seem like a big deal, to be honest, over just a little cup of coffee, but it's the little things, and people notice that. And I try, and it's not hard. You know how easy it would have been? I could have just walked out of there. I could have just walked out of there without paying, and I'm sure a lot of people do. And I just want to try to do the right thing. Oh dear. So thank you for letting me share that with you. I'm gonna eat my breakfast burrito, bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito. Bacon. and then I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna head on out of here. So, according to Google, I'm 11 hours and 2 minutes from destination, but that's unrealistic because the speed limit in California for any vehicle towing a trailer is 55. So there ain't no way I would get there in 11 hours and 2 minutes. But I'm in no hurry because I don't suspect anybody to be open over the weekend, and I planned on running over the weekend anyway. So, alrighty. Alright, catch you guys on down the road. Welcome to California. So the last time that I was in California, I was coming out of California, and I said, I sure am glad that I'm not going southbound into the city. But it turns out now it's my turn. And if you look right down there, all of that right there, that's traffic. But it looks like the northbound side is just as bad, so we're just poking along at a cool 9 miles an hour. There's northbound traffic. I don't know if you can see it, but they're built up down there too. So today is the day for traffic. Hey everybody. Hi from Grand Terrace, California. Got here to unload at 9:30 local time, and it's quite busy here at this customer. People just are pouring in. Transporters just pouring in with all these units. I've now been here a little over 3 hours, still waiting on my paperwork. And as you can tell from Chloe, she's not liking it. It's warm. It's warm. And I keep telling her, it's not that warm. She's like, yes, it is. So waiting on my paperwork so I can take off because I'm double dispatched on the reload boards. One load picks up here in California, Southern California, delivers in Arizona, and then the next one's picking up in Illinois and delivering to Texas. And I'm like, sure, I can do that as soon as I get out of here. So still sitting here, still waiting. I'm not the only one though. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other transporters here still waiting, and others have already left. Just, yeah, sometimes that's part of the job. Just gotta sit and wait. We're getting hungry though, aren't we? Our turkey wrap wore off. Our turkey breakfast wrap wore off. Alright, I'll update you as things happen. Alright folks, so it goes like this. Almost 4 hours I sat there waiting for my paperwork. And then when they did give me my paperwork, I was out in the parking lot submitting my pictures to end out my trip, and somebody comes out and says, did she tell you about the chip in the window in the front? And I went, yeah, it's on my paperwork. Well, you need to come back in because she needs to put it on the rest of the paperwork. Okay. So I go in there and she's made out new paperwork stating some rock chip that's in the front window. Who in their right mind puts a front window in the front of it? Well, yeah, front window in the front of the... Anyway. So, note to self. When you get your paperwork and it's signed, get out of there. Leave. Submit it somewhere else. Go park on the street. Go park down the block. Now, we've been assured at Horizon that because we have the full-length mud flap across the back, plus the mud flaps behind the tires go all the way down to the ground, if the customer claims a rock chip, we don't get dinged for it because we have all of those protective mud flap doodad thingies on there. Boy, I sure hope they're right. So, I'm out of there. Yay! Finally. Yeah, I'm going to close out this episode because I've got another one to make. And so at this point, I just want to thank everybody for watching. It'd really be super awesome if you subscribe if you haven't already. Click the like button. Share. And as always, I welcome comments. And just remember, guys, and I'm learning this every day more and more, it's all about the perspective.